Hey, good afternoon. My name is Michael White. I'm a real estate broker with RE/MAX Integrity Realty. We're based out of Denver, North Carolina. And this afternoon, I want to talk to you briefly about rent to own, how it works, what's involved, and maybe advantages and disadvantages of doing a rent to own type of agreement. So, rent to own should actually be called rent with an option to purchase. What you have is a buyer who maybe has decent credit, but not really great credit. They need to work on it a little bit. They can get a mortgage, but it's not for as much as they need to have to buy the house they really want. So what they do is they go out, they find a owner or a seller that's willing to let them lease that property for a specific amount of time. So you have a lease agreement, and then you have an option to purchase a piece of property, that same property, at a later date. Now the lease agreement is your standard residential rental lease. I mean, that's pretty typical. It spells out a lease term, talks about rental rates, and a whole host of other things, and that's the agreement you will have initially. Now the buyer slash renter pays an option fee, what they call an option fee, to the owner slash seller to have the right to purchase that property in the future for a predetermined price. So now all this, the sales price, the purchase price, the closing cost, all that kind of stuff is negotiated upfront prior to signing of the lease. And so that's the key part of this deal here, is that the buyer buys the property that they're living in for a predetermined price in the future. So it can be complicated. So I would strongly suggest that you have an attorney involved. Advantages would be that the seller gets to sell a piece of property. They know they've got a buyer for it. They don't have to worry about it. They get an option fee, which is most of the times not refundable, and they put that money into their pocket. And if the buyer decides to walk away, they get to keep that money and they can go put it back on the market again. For the buyer, the advantage would be they get to sort of test drive the home for a while. It gives them a chance to work on their credit to where they can qualify for a better loan sometime in the future. Perhaps they can buy a better house or more of a house than they could today by doing this type of agreement. It gives them, again, time to work on their finances and everything. It also gives the buyer the opportunity to sort of test drive the neighborhood or the area they're going to be living in to see if they really want to live there. They can spend a year in a certain area and get to know it very well, and then make a decision. And again, they have the opportunity to walk too. The buyer can walk away at any time. They may lose their option money, but they can walk away. So that's it. It's sort of in a nutshell. That's a lease to own, lease with the option to purchase. Again, before you do anything, contact an attorney. Make sure your rights are protected, and make sure you don't make a mistake. So again, thank you for taking the time to listen to me. And my contact information will be following. And if you have a question, please feel free to send it to me. Love to talk to you guys. So again, thanks a lot, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.